Hello there, my name's Callum and I support Scottish independence, and what I mean by that is that the government of Scotland would live in Scotland and be elected by people who also live in Scotland. That's how most countries in the world work. There are many countries in the world that are of a similar size to Scotland and have a similar economic portfolio, or not even. They're not even as diverse as Scotland, or their economy isn't even as strong as ours. And yet they manage fine as independent countries in relation to each other. They enjoy rich trading relations with the countries around them, and they conduct those on an equal footing with each other. None of that is currently available to Scotland. Most of the decisions taken on behalf of Scotland, and the spending and borrowing decisions in particular, are taken in the capital city of our next door neighbour country, and the government that takes those decisions have been elected, for the most part, by people who don't live in Scotland. And there's an argument to be made that for both Scotland and England, it would suit them both better to be in charge of their own affairs 100%. And then neither would be able to say that the other is holding them back in some way. Now in Scotland, almost everybody, pretty much everybody who believes in independence wants that to happen via a legal and non-violent route. And I certainly am no exception to that. And this means that there's a Scottish National Party which supports independence. Certainly for my whole lifetime that's been their main thing. And that party in recent years, I'm happy to say, has basically risen to be far and away the most popular political party in Scotland. We do need to continue to vote for them if we want Scottish independence. But that doesn't necessarily mean we can't talk about their actions, their behaviour and their policies if we feel the need to talk about them. And yet, there are always people who basically say that we can't. People who think that aligning ourselves behind the party and keeping our mouths shut is the only thing which will guarantee us independence somehow, at some point in the distant future, when it finally comes, the dream that will never die. I think, though, that it's pretty obvious that unless you take some sort of action, change doesn't come. And this song is about that, and it's called Our Scotland, so I hope you enjoy it. A piper on Prince's Street plays for the tourists who throw him their coins in reply. His Robertson tartan is a proud battered remnant of a Scotland that's long since gone by. One day our wee country will again be a nation. I belong to Scotland, and in Scotland I'll bide. Well, I'll wait for that day with anticipation. They've taken our freedom, but they'll no take our pride. Well, it's said that without the support of Great Britain, our economy wouldn't be strong. But we've yet to be given the chance we deserve to prove that that theory is wrong. One day our wee country will again be a nation. I belong to Scotland, and in Scotland I'll bide. Well, I'll wait for that day with anticipation. They've taken our freedom, but they'll no take our pride. Well, we're facing the future, and like it or not, there's decisions that have to be made. To survive as a colony, long fallen empire is something I would happily trade. One day our wee country will again be a nation. I belong to Scotland, and in Scotland I'll bide. Well, I'll wait for that day with anticipation. They've taken our freedom, but they'll no take